He grabbed the young sailor and was about to throw him off the ship, but he didn't let go. Instead, he pulled him back up. The young sailor, although vomiting everywhere, no longer felt seasick. He was Will, the best whaler in this port. Every time he went to sea, he made his ship owner a fortune. In the days before oil was discovered, whale oil was the only source of energy. The owner promised Will that if he returned with a full load, he would be made captain. In order to become captain and get a bigger share, Will brought back over 1,600 barrels of whale oil, which shocked the entire port. However, the owner did not keep his promise. The captain for this voyage was Brad, a nobleman's son from the island, and it was his first time at sea. Before departure, his father told him, "Remember, you are the captain. You are their superior, not their friend. Maintain your authority." When Will learned that he would not be the captain but would have to assist the newcomer, he turned to leave. At this point, the owner offered him a 10% increase in commission and promised that if the mission was completed, the captaincy would be his. Will, seeing the money, agreed. Will said goodbye to his wife, who reminded him to respect the sea and return safely. On the ship, everyone was preparing, including the youngest, only 14 years old, named Nixon. It was his first time hunting whales. He was filled with awe and curiosity about the sea. He noticed that several people wore a white bone pendant on their chest. Others explained that it was the whaler's whale badge, which only those who had personally captured a whale could wear. Will, wearing a double whale badge, boarded the ship. After greeting the captain under his orders, everyone began to work in an orderly manner to hoist the sails. They were setting off. However, the mainsail got tangled in ropes, and the sailors on top couldn't untangle it. This was fatal for a sailing ship. Helpless, the captain could only watch below. Will immediately took off his uniform, climbed up the mast, and decisively cut the ropes. The sail was successfully lowered, which earned Will even more respect from the crew. Captain Brad, though embarrassed, couldn't accept that Will's reputation was surpassing his own. So, at dinner, he deliberately brought up Will's father, who had been in prison, and his disreputable family background to assert his own identity. Will seemed to understand something and left the table without arguing. He went to the crew's resting area, where everyone stood up out of respect. After distributing the supplies, Will noticed that Nixon was acting strangely. It turned out he was seasick. Will called him to the deck and, while chatting, took advantage of Nixon's distraction to lift him up, throw him overboard, and pull him back in. Nixon, scared out of his wits, vomited everywhere, but he soon realized that he no longer felt seasick. The next day, in an attempt to establish his authority, the captain ordered the auxiliary sail to be raised for full speed. Will knew that the weather in the sea area was unpredictable, so he advised the captain to lower the sail and wait until they were out of this area. The young and headstrong captain insisted on going ahead. Seeing the excitement of the crew as the ship sped along, Brad felt that his decision was right. But soon, just ahead, a storm began to form.